Well, welcome to another episode. It's raining. This is when I'm starting to think I should have really got all those tasks done when the weather was good, like putting the air vent in the roof of the van. But hey ho, there you go. It's just the way it rumbles in the UK. Drip drop, drip drop. Right, so what I've been doing today, well, I did it actually last night because I wasn't much into watching television. So I have insulated with sound deadening the two back panels where the speakers are going to go. So that's an example. There you go. So nice and accurate. So what I did actually, I cut off pieces of sound deadening, put it on there, put the speaker brackets on the bracket, then the speaker on top, then just trimmed around the edge. So not bad, that's okay. And again, these panels are actually going to be covered. Mark my words, famous last words, but that's my intent. Haven't done that one yet. I haven't actually screwed through the speakers. Why? Because being slightly OCD, what I wanted to do is make sure, because these panels, because this top edge isn't straight with the top, I can't rely on that's going to be the straight line when I put these panel back on. So hence that Kenwood sign might be skew whiffed. So what I'm going to wait to do is once I put this panel back on, then I'll eyeball it with a spirit level to make sure the speaker and the Kenwood, sponsor me Kenwood, and the Kenwood is all nice and straight. Then obviously it's not too much with the tweeter, it's that, and it will annoy the crap out of me, to say the least. Excuse me, if that's not lined up. So I just need to make sure when I put it back on that's lined up properly, and when it is, then I'll clean around the edges, so it's a good proper job. Here's another project I did last night, which I had that panel originally up there, came with the van, so I cut the slots in, measured it all up, and so I can use it for storage. Obviously got to be careful to make sure that anything you put in there, like I'm exhibiting like the torch, stays in there, because obviously when the door pushes out and slides across the back of the van, I don't want anything protruding that's going to scratch the paint. And also I wanted to build something where as it's being placed in, if I want to take it out, the literally thing will just come out as well, rather than making it 100%, because if there's an issue with something inside the door, I can take the whole thing out with destroying it. So I need to put some bookends, one there and one there, to stop things sliding out. And apart from that, then I'm going to line it on the inside with some type of material, some hefty material, and items can sit in there, so as I'm exhibiting with that cheeky little mag light. The other thing I got the other day was this PIR light, which is currently, and it's magnetic, so it's currently sitting up there, so that's pretty cool. So I am looking at, I'm just trialing some USB LED PIRs, so when they're connected, so if you get up in the evening, they're designed that they'll only come on if you break it with your feet, if you're coming off the bed or something like that. So like that, if you're rumbling and tumbling in the bed while you're sleeping, it doesn't set the PIRs off. But if you actually get out of bed and maybe swish a hand or something like that, it turns courtesy lights on so you can see what you're doing, and it's not so bright it doesn't disturb other people or your partner while you're in the van. So yeah, ideas and options, and it's still peeing down with rain outside, so deep joy. But there you go, doing little jobs around the van today. Well, another day, another dollar. Did do some recording yesterday, but noisy plane. Did do some recording yesterday, but anybody knows anything about GoPros, GoPro 9, the file corrupted on me, so I had to start all over again, the filming. So here I am filming again. Right, so I've got the two back panels put in and lined it all up, so I've now got the holes in there. I've put the speakers away for now, because if it's going to be all dusty, I don't want to get the cones all messed up. So I shall put those back in, put all the screws back into that panel as well, for the interim, just to make it secure so it doesn't flappy everywhere. What else did I get up to? Hold on. Hopefully this will come up. Put the rear panel down. You can see there's a white patch there. There's a hole in the panel, so I patched it. It's not great, but it's all going to be covered. So not a lot of point just spending 20-30 odd quid just to replace that panel when it's going to be covered up anyway. So for now I shall leave it. I might end up eating my words at a later stage, but that's all I'm going to do for present. One of the things I still needed to do with the electrics was put some earth straps in some negatives. So I got it all tested yesterday and rubbed down all the paint both sides. Put a nice chunky bolt through and connected this cable here, which is rated for 125 amps. So I'm going to be using this for my DC to DC charger earth, and for anything else that I need. So that should be okay. And it's really annoying every time I say so. It's my little my little speech filler while I'm thinking. Yeah, so there you go. I may actually put in another bolt somewhere just to double up on the earth, because currently it's not sitting too comfortably with me that I've only got one, and I would like to get another one that's a bit more chunkier somewhere, because I need to connect the battery. The clamp bolts in the floor, they're also earthed, so I might actually use one of those at some point for the batteries. But once I've got the batteries in situ, I can see how all the cabling is going to work out. Ideally I want everything out the way, and having an earth strap to the floor is not very handy. It just gets in the way. Here's a bit of an update for you. I'm not sure whether or not I recorded this, but I'm going to do it anyway, as some files corrupted. So here we go. I think the last video I did, I was showing that I was putting one earth strap in, but now what I've done, I've put two in. So I've added one at the bottom there and one at the top. It looks a little bit scrappy. I need to trim. I've put some protective cord around it just for extra insulation. So what I did is ground off the metal. There was already a hole at the top and a hole there. So what I did was ground the paint off, put a bolt through. There's a massive penny washer on the back of that, and there's a 3mm washer on the front, 3mm thick washer on the front with a locking nut, and to put the cable on. So that's 125 amps, and that's 125 amp rating cable. So I've got two. Almost managed to get through a paragraph without saying so. Fail. Yeah, so I wanted to put two in for extra protection. I've decided I'm going to route the batteries via another. I'm going to put them through the floor because I've tested that's an earth point, and those bolts are really long. So I'm probably going to use that for an earth point, but wait and see while I get there. The other thing I started doing is numbering all the cables. I know that seems quite far up, but when the panel's off, I'm going to put a card there on the panel or something listing what all the numbers are, and put the numbers on the end of the cables. So like that, I know what they are, and also write it all down, because I've already got a couple that I need to track down. I pretty much know what they are, but you get the idea. Yeah, so a bit of an update for you. Hopefully that wasn't too much waffling, and it's been entertaining. I didn't even tell a joke. Hoorah! Good morning. It's another day. Had a cheeky trip up to London yesterday to spend the day exploring. So went up by train up to Waterloo and Tate Modern, Millennium Bridge, did a big circuit, kept it fairly local rather than going on the tube and whatnot. And yeah, really great drive, fabulous weather. And I shall be releasing some of that footage for anyone who's interested to watch it. No, it's not van related, but is it? Guess what I found in the Tate? Oh yes, van life, baby. So I'll include that bit later. The great thing about when you're away is coming back to packages. Bit of a dead giveaway what this is going to be, especially if I go... Yeah. Now, I am going to endeavour to open this one-handed while I'm recording. Bit of a damage there on the box. So apologies if the footage gets a bit shaky. And if you're anything like me, unboxing videos leave me absolutely cold. Really don't see the point of them, he says, while he opens up doing the same thing. Ironic or what? Alright, I've got to cut that bit up the top there. Tra-la-la-la-la, snip, snip. Listening to the glorious traffic passing by. Yes, so here we go, boys and girls. So. Right, I'm going to put the camera down somewhere where you can still see, hopefully, while I just get this off and use both hands. That's what she said. Oh, you're so funny. Might be at a bit of a slant as well, but you'll have to live with it. Yes, I wasn't really keen on the idea of putting a big fan in the van, but listening to everybody talk about it and also issues with condensation in the UK, it really made a lot of sense to actually do it rather than not do it. So there you have it, so. It's like the Canadians when they get it's a Max Fan Deluxe, and I have opted for ka-ching tinted, because I like light coming in. The box is being twatted there in transit. Please note that to the supplier. I'm sure it hasn't done anything to the interior. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad. Right, let's try and open up this box. Apologies while I try to adjust the camera. How's that? Okay? Ah. Bum 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 ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum. Bum 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 bum. What I should have done, it's got a better angle for the camera, but that's the best I can do for now. This is where I pull it out and it'll drop it on the floor. Right, that's out. Ooh, looks good. I'm just going to decide on the error of caution there and put that on the floor. Rather than that, there's the controller and the manual. Move said box off table, lift up said fan, and place on table. Okay, let's see what I've got inside. There, very nice. Bum bum bum. I'll show you this in a second, just get the wrapping off. Okay, here it goes. Right, so as you can see, it's clear. Cheeky side profile. It's actually quite low. It was a lot lower to the ceiling than I thought it was going to be. If that's the ceiling lip, points to with finger there. It's not bad, and it's quite transparent, as you can see. If I put my hand under, yeah, no bad. Let me just put you down again, see if I can flip it over, and have a look on the underside. Right, there you have it. Controller, 12-volt cable. Oh, it's a metal fly screen, if anyone's interested. Manual up and down. This should just come off. Come on. Come on. There you go. So this will fit onto the top of the van. Then the housing fits into the top of that. That looks all okay. You got some predetermined screw holes in there that haven't been punched all the way through. If that's where you're going to do it. Put that over there, over there, and over there. Huh. That's metal as well. Plastic is, yeah, kind of as I was expecting. Obviously, they need to keep the weight down. That looks like a stainless steel hinge, which is pretty cool. The electrics. 12-volt cable. Another stainless steel hinge at the front. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. What's that about then? I'll have to investigate. Just going to move this out the way 1 second, guys. Majestic. Sitting on a cloud of pillows. And then we have the cowling. That's the cowling that will go on the roof of the said van. And this is the cowling that will go on the interior. So that will slide up. And supposedly with this you're supposed to cut it to size, but as I haven't finalised how I'm going to do the ceiling as yet, it'll be interesting to see. What I'm just going to do, let me just track down a tape measure. I can see one over here. Tape measure. No, let me just stop this video and I just want to test something for you. Right, what I wanted to test, I'm sure it's all online, is that lip is 55 millimeters, 56, and on the interior, yeah, a good 88 centimeters. So that will be, so you got that much to play with. About 80 odd, and the lip is about 55. Let's call it, for government work, let's call it 60, shall we? 55, 60. Right, and that's the cowling that's gonna fit on the ceiling. Not only that, when I was looking at a lot of these, I wanted to get one that didn't look like the interior of a Japanese car from the 1970s, if you know what I mean. And this is the one that goes on the roof. It's got a rubber gasket on the inside, which all looks in good condition, which is good. Was worth checking. And yeah, so I've got some mastic 30mm so that sits in there. So if that's going, that's 55. I've got 32mm mastic tape. So if it's roughly about that, so the mastic's gonna come to about just over this lip here. Yeah, so the mastic's gonna cover this lip. Then the Sika sealant will go on go inside this lip. So you put the mastic on the roof like that. This pushes onto the mastic. Then you squirt sealant into, as you can see, there's a bit of a lip there. So then you squirt sealant into the gap. Then drill it down, or drill it down and squirt sealant, whichever is your preference. Okay, right. I shall leave this for now because this video is getting a little bit long. So that's the fan I'm going to be installing. Now the cat's out the bag. Hope you're all going to have a fantastic week, and I will see if anyone's interested. I'll add some of my footage for my trip from London into the video. I'll put it towards the end because it's not something everybody wants to watch, especially when you're looking for a van video. And hope you enjoy it for those who continue to watch more. Okay, have a good one, people. Oh, almost forgot to show you the controller. Here's a controller. I'm sure the advertising spill or promotion on the page showed it was a white controller, but the one that turned up, I'd prefer the black one anyway. The one that's turned up is this one here. So very nice, looks good. And there you go, enjoy.